A few days ago at work, one of my colleagues asked me, "Hey Nick, I know you're passionate about investment and this kind of stuff, so I was wondering what you think about trading online." And my immediate reaction was something like,
Get out. Sorry, man. Okay. Get out! Yo! Get out! Yo! Get out! Get out! Get out!
today we're gonna talking about the trading, my experience after 2 years, and why even with a good strategy that was avoiding the risk of ruin at least. After I've read this, where it's pro trading book, eventually I quit trading. Thank you, Mark Douglas. So let's mull it over. Let's come back in the days for a second. It was November 2021 and I started to get interested in crypto. Yes, when BTC was at the all-time high. At the time, seems like that everyone was making a fortune with money but me. So I did what everyone else will do at this point, which is I type on Google how to make money online. It works. I got what I was expecting for, what I was looking for, which is like trading online. No, wait, better, trading of crypto online. I remember clearly that in the restaurant where I was working, everyone was doing trading. And everyone seems to make money but me. And especially there was one of my colleagues which we can think about him like an expert, let's say, which I remember he says, "Oh no, don't worry, it's so easy, Nick. Look, you have to do this, then like put 500 euro here, like me, and a week later you're gonna have 1,000 euro. Everything is skyrocketed, don't worry about it, easy money." I swear, he said this, and he was the expert. I was barely speaking English at the time, but trust me, I perfectly understand the sentence. Okay, so I wanted to jump on the train. I didn't want to missing this thing out, right? So I was ready and willing to put energy, effort, and money in order to study how actually enter in this world. What I need to do? I need to do like a crash course, I need to take a certificate, I need to understand how to open an account, and well, no, just a click. Oh, getting richer is easier than what I thought. And there is the problem, and where I learned the lesson number one, which is there is no amateur league. Let's say you want to become a football player, right? Usually the pattern that everyone follow in order to, achieving this goal is starting from the amateur league, the national league, League 2, League 1, championship, and finally Premier League, right? So it's all these steps. It's a long journey that requires the effort and a lot of willing to do it. And even though like if you're really passionate about it, if you really put a lot of effort in it, is not sure. No one can guarantee you that you can achieve the Premier League. Someone is top yourself like in League 1, League 2, or someone else in the amateur league. Trading is pretty much the same. I'm joking, of course. The problem is that in trading there is no amateur league. So you are literally a click away from the Premier League. Imagine that you are an amateur football player and you are there to make your first match debut. So imagine that at your debut you're gonna go in the field and figure out that your opponent is a dream team with Neymar, Ronaldo, Messi, Pelé, Maradona, and all the best football players that ever exist, and you have to win. And I want to really underline this point, okay? You have to win, because otherwise you're gonna lose money. This is basically how it works trading. Wait. Don't start to comment down below something like, no, Nick, but there is also fake account, you can do this and that, there are a lot of free way to do it. Bullshit. After the first gain, your first trading gain, you're gonna straight away open up a real account with real money, trust me. Okay, but wait, was 2 years ago, but I was not completely stupid, right? I was skeptical about actually these things about trading and easy money in general, but and also I was more skeptical the fact that actually everyone that I knew at the time was doing trading. So the fact that there was no entry level, no skill required to do this thing was making me skeptical. So I did the easiest thing to do. I decided to open an account with a super user-friendly interface, with a lot of cartoon, a lot of easy to figure out bottom, with the most important was a big green bottom with buy on it, and I was willing to pay enormous no sense fees per trade in order to simplify my interaction with this new world. It was not that dumb, right? My plan was diversify my portfolio with two crypto, gather all the money that I was willing to invest, and then of course pay so many fucking fees in order to do transactions. Oh Jesus, it's so embarrassing, this video. So long story short, 2022 starts, and inflation, war in Russia invaded Ukraine, -40, my first -40% on my investments, and bye bye to my money. But you think that your hero gives up? No way, ladies and gentlemen, I didn't give up. So the beginning of 2022 brings panic to everyone at work. So trading, from the most popular topic at the time, it became the taboo, which no one is talking about it anymore. No one was checking their phones in their break, or checking their accounts or whatever. No one was talking about it anymore because of course the market was crashing badly. But after a few months, it arrived in my personal pivot moment. It was June 2022, and basically a recession was in the air. So there was just bad news and everything, and I was getting kind of better in understanding the trading world because I didn't give up, remember that. So I opened up an account that was not eat me alive with high fees, a bit more complicated. I was getting confident with candles and patterns and this kind of metrics. So I was basically, I synchronized myself with Powell and his speech of the Federal Reserve just right before the announcement of really high skyrocketing inflation. So everyone was there in panic, right? And just the day before, I learned actually what a short selling was. So I was there, and I don't know why, but I was in my mind that it was something about, okay, now tomorrow the market is gonna crash even badly, because I don't know, I'm sure Powell is gonna say shit about the inflation and the interest rates and everything. So basically, I don't know why, I just put I do a bet. Let's say it was a bet on ATH. I don't know ATH. I don't know why MTH. In short selling. So I was there, and at the beginning of the conference, I short sell on ATH. And basically, you might say like, okay, at that point, June 2022, so after almost 6 months like of your beginning of your adventure, you actually use a good strategy, right? You make like something meticulously, strategically trade, right? No, of course not. I put all my account in one bet with a 50x, swear to God, 50x leverage on my trade. I was crazy, completely crazy. Eventually, I got extremely lucky because actually I gained money. The market collapses actually, and more the market falls, and more I was gaining money. So my 200 euro it became like really quickly in about 10 hours 1,000, then 1,200, 1,300, and I was amazed and completely surprised. It was unbelievable for me what was happening. And you might think like, okay, right, amazing, no? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Here is where I learned the lessons number 2, which is the worst case scenario that can happen when you do trade is you win. If you win, you get greedy, as I was, and so your goalpost move like at light speed to 10x. So for example, in my case, I got this 1,000 euro, and like achieving this 1,000 euro, then there was a lot of volatility. I stopped and I withdraw, like I didn't withdraw it, but I closed my trade. And I remember that my goalpost was already 10k. So I was like, I didn't enjoy that 1,000 euro. I was already thinking, okay, it's working. I'm making money now. I'm better than all the others. So I'm invincible. I'm the best. I was right. Whatever. I got greedy as shit, and I started to re-risk actually the 1,000 euro in other trades in order to decuplicate my winning. So then I of course opened new trades with this 1,000 euro, and I acted as if this money were not mine, because I didn't feel my money, because I didn't put effort on it. So it was like, oh, it's just a bonus, I just won a lottery ticket. And actually I won a lottery ticket at the time. I should stop, and that's it. You're not, if you're gonna win like, I don't know, $1 million lottery ticket, the following day you're not gonna spend that $1 million in other $1 million ticket, right? I mean, and that's exactly what I did. So I used that money and I opened up other position until, of course, the Luna Park closed. And while the market was following, I ended up realizing that it was not just straight to the bottom. There was also some spikes of people that was betting against it. So basically, someone was buying while was following in some big waves or whatever, I don't know. And the spikes of price catch my stop loss, or actually should say margin call, because at the time I was not using even the stop loss. But anyway, Luna Park closed and I lost eventually all my 1,000 euro that I gained. I don't really know how to describe to you the feeling of sickness that I felt, because I remember that I spent at the time all my day off from work, from morning to evening, in locked into my studio trying to get out this bloody 10k out of the market with my K that I won at the time. And at the end of the day, I just I screwed up. I just lost everything. And the feeling was like so, I felt so ashamed and so stupid and dumb. And, I just wanted to come back in the time and just get it back in my money and don't do it. But it was too late. And how can I describe this as, when someone enjoyed a party and then get drunk and eventually get really really drunk, and the following day you woke up in the morning and the only thing that you have in your mind is just never anymore. That was basically my situation and my relationship with trading at the time. I was sick of it. I got super hangover about it, and just in my mind that it was never anymore. The worst thing that happens when you trade is winning, because the winning is gonna get you a hit of dopamine so strong that is like a tsunami for your mind that is gonna whip out all your good intention. At the time, in the following days, I end up learning the lessons number 3, which is the illusion of optimal trading. High time invested and small and limited. This was number 3, which was the illusion of optimal trading. High time invested and unlikely and limited gains. Even the perfect strategy is gonna require so much time that at the end it wasn't worth it. And if it's actually a perfect strategy, that means that you should avoid, as a first goal, you should avoid the risk of ruin, so the risk of screwing up all your account and lose all your money. To do so, this strategy needs a really micro size per trade and even more micro and ridiculous percentage of that size ready to be lost. And guess what happened in this game when you combine a really small size per trade out of your account and an even smaller percentage willing to be lost? Yes, ridiculous rewards. I know it by experience, because after that bad day, as every other hangover guy, I just throw away the graphic and the computer out of the window, and I just start to studying real investing, the real one, the real boring 5% per year long-term horizon investing. But when I realized that classic passive investing, let's say, it doesn't give you the hit of dopamine that an active trading can give you, which was amazing for me, is what I was looking for. In the same time, I was scared, because I was really putting a lot of effort in my strategy. I prepared an investor policy statement. I was ready to do the things properly and with a long-term horizon for my future and my retirement plan. And I was not chasing any more than 20% a day. But when I realized that passive investing did not give you the same hit of dopamine that an active investing do, I was at the same time really happy, because it's what I was looking for: passive, simple, boring investment. And the other time I was scared, because I was scared to ruin all my work, all my policy statement, or my retirement plan, long-term horizon. I was scared to ruin it by in the temptation to time the market once again. So I want to be clear in this part, in the following video, which is like, this is my experience. It's not what I suggest you to do. This was my pattern. So the only thing that I suggest you to do is don't do trading. Don't start with trading. Just set your mind in the expectation of a 5% a year. Investment won't make you rich. So forget about the 5% a day that someone tells you on internet. This is just my story. So remember that while we are going forward with the story. So I decided to start using trading as a tool to avoid the ruining of my biggest main account. And I add to my investor policy statement one part dedicated exclusively about trading, where I wrote down exactly what trading is for me and my rule in order to using it. So I wrote, if I win, the amount earned will have a zero impact on my wealth. If in a more likely scenario I'm wrong, the impact will still be zero. It's not even a lottery ticket. It's merely a tool to satisfy my betting and adrenaline desire in a controlled manner, avoiding giving to the temptation to make more expensive active bets with my main investment account. Just to give you an example, I wrote sizing 10% of the total trading account per trade. The max risk tolerance was 0.75% and the max potential profit was 5%, and then I will quit. So, for example, if the account size was 500 euro, my size per trade will be 50 euro. The potential profit will be 25 euro per trade, which is ridiculous. And the maximum risk tolerance per trade was 3.75 euro, which is even more ridiculous. With this organizational trading, in the following 3 months I made 34 trades, 26 losses and 8 wins. And eventually, surprisingly, I was in profit. So it works, right? So I was a professional trading. It worth it. I suggest you to do the same. Absolutely hell no. I made $15 out of 3 months of checking graphic every day. But hey, I was in profit, right? The best thing that I gained from trading in those 3 months of controller manner trading was that I realized that I was not using my main account, which I was continuing accumulating, but I was spending so many hours in front of the screen for a so little ridiculous amount of money that eventually it doesn't worth it. I quit. And once I understood that really I have to put in my emotion out of the equation of investments, and I have just to stop caring about what my 30 years time horizon long-term ETF was doing day by day, because it was useless, as completely irrelevant. I eventually started to trust myself a little bit more, so that it was not anymore the risk of trying to time in the market with my main account, and so trading was useless for me. The biggest lesson that I learned from this book, Trading in the Zone, that paradoxically made me quit trading eventually, is that the lessons number 4. So trading is the flip of a coin. I want to stretch this definition even further, and I would like to add that every investment under a 30 years horizon is the flip of a coin. And ask yourself, if you're wrong about the flip of a coin, will this cause you emotional pain? Thank you for your time.